Imagine slipping into your favorite pair of underwear in the morning, feeling ready to take on the day, only to find yourself battling discomfort, itching, or even a nagging infection by lunchtime. If you're over 60, you might think this is just part of aging and brush it off. But what if the real culprit isn't your age at all? What if it's something as simple as the underwear you're wearing or how you're caring for it? For so many women over 60, these tiny everyday choices can quietly steal your comfort and confidence, leaving you feeling less like yourself. The good news: you can change that starting today. In this video, we're diving into 5 underwear mistakes that older women often make without realizing the harm they're causing, and more importantly, what you can do instead to feel healthier, more comfortable, and truly at ease in your own skin. These aren't just tips. They're small acts of self-care that can transform how you feel every single day. Let's get started with the first mistake, and trust me, you'll want to hear this. The first mistake many older women make is sticking with synthetic fabrics day after day. You know those silky, stretchy briefs that look so sleek under your favorite dress or pants? They might feel like a stylish choice, but they could be working against you. As we age, our skin changes. It gets thinner, drier, and more sensitive, especially in delicate areas. Synthetic materials like polyester, nylon, or spandex don't breathe the way natural fibers do. They trap heat and moisture against your skin, creating a cozy little home for bacteria and yeast to multiply. Picture this: you're going about your day, maybe gardening or just relaxing at home, and that trapped moisture starts causing irritation. At first, it's just a slight itch, but over time it can turn into redness, rashes, or even infections like yeast or urinary tract infections. Doctors who work with older women see this all the time. Patients come in frustrated, thinking it's just their body betraying them, when really it's the fabric they've been wearing for years. Let me share a story about Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher I heard about from a friend who's a nurse. Margaret loved her synthetic underwear because it made her feel put together, like she was still dressing with care. But she kept dealing with recurring discomfort, itching that wouldn't quit, and a feeling of dampness even on cool days. She thought it was just part of getting older until her nurse asked about her underwear. When Margaret switched to 100% cotton briefs, it was like a light bulb went off. Within days, the itching stopped and she felt dry and comfortable all day long. The difference wasn't just physical, it lifted her mood too. She told her nurse, "I didn't realize how much this was weighing me down until it was gone." That's the thing about these small changes. They don't just fix a problem. They give you back a piece of your confidence. Now you might be thinking, "But I love my pretty underwear, and I get it, style matters." But here's the truth. True elegance isn't about lace or satin. It's about feeling good in your body. Cotton underwear might sound plain, but it's like giving your skin a chance to breathe, like opening a window on a stuffy day. Look for soft, high-quality cotton with flat seams to avoid irritation. And if you're worried about fit, there are plenty of stylish cotton options out there that don't sacrifice comfort for looks. Try swapping out just one pair this week and see how it feels. Your body will thank you, and you might be surprised at how much lighter you feel. Let's move on to the second mistake: not changing your underwear every day. This one might sound obvious, but it's more common than you'd think, especially for women who live alone or have quieter days at home. Maybe you're thinking, "I didn't do much today, so what's the harm in wearing the same pair tomorrow?" But even on those low-key days, maybe you're reading, watching your favorite show, or chatting with a friend, your body is still producing tiny amounts of sweat oils and skin cells. Those collect in your underwear, and if you don't change it daily, you're giving bacteria and fungi a chance to build up. For women over 60, this is especially risky because our immune systems aren't as quick to fight off infections as they used to be. That lingering moisture and bacteria can lead to itching odors or even infections that feel like they come out of nowhere. I heard about a woman named Clara, a 71-year-old who loved her routine of morning coffee and crossword puzzles. She lived alone and admitted to her doctor that she sometimes wore the same underwear for 2 or 3 days because she didn't see the point in changing if she wasn't active. But she started noticing an odd smell and some discomfort that made her self-conscious. Her doctor explained that even on calm days, underwear traps enough moisture to cause problems. Clara made a simple switch: fresh cotton underwear every morning, no exceptions. Within a week, the smell was gone, and so was the irritation. But more than that, Clara said it changed how she felt about herself. She started seeing that daily change as a little ritual of self-respect, like brushing her teeth or combing her hair. It wasn't about anyone else noticing, it was about showing up for herself. Here's the deeper truth: these small habits aren't just about hygiene, they're about how you value yourself. When you skip changing your underwear, it's easy to start feeling like you don't matter as much, especially if you're spending more time alone or feeling less active. But when you commit to this simple act, it's like telling yourself, I'm worth it. Try setting out a fresh pair every night before bed so it's ready for you in the morning. It takes seconds, but it can shift how you carry yourself all day. And if you're finding this helpful, drop the number 2 in the comments to let me know you're with me. It's a small way to connect, and I love hearing from you. Now that we've covered why synthetic fabrics and skipping daily changes can hold you back, let's keep going with the next mistake that could be quietly affecting your health and comfort. Stick with me because these next tips are just as powerful, and they're all about helping you feel your best at any age. Let's keep the conversation going, because the next 2 mistakes we're diving into are just as eye-opening, and they're all about giving your body the care it deserves as you embrace life after 60. These aren't about changing who you are, they're about making small tweaks to feel more comfortable, confident, and healthy every single day. So let's talk about the 3rd mistake: wearing underwear with scented dyes or harsh chemicals. You might love those pastel-colored briefs or the ones with a hint of floral scent, thinking they add a touch of charm to your routine. But as we age, those seemingly innocent choices can start working against us. And I'll explain why this matters more than you might think. As we get older, the skin in our intimate areas becomes more delicate, thinner, drier, and quicker to react to irritants. Those soft pinks, blues, or lavender-scented underwear might look lovely in the drawer, but the dyes and fragrances used to create them often contain chemicals that linger even after washing. These can irritate your skin, especially in areas where the fabric sits close all day. Picture this: you're out for a walk with a friend or enjoying a quiet afternoon knitting, and suddenly you feel a faint burning or itch. You might think, oh, it's just one of those days, and ignore it. But over time, that irritation can turn into redness, rashes, or even chronic discomfort that disrupts your sleep or makes you dread getting dressed. Doctors who specialize in women's health often see this in women over 60. They come in with symptoms they blame on aging, only to learn it's the chemicals in their underwear causing the trouble. I heard about a woman named Ruth, a 69-year-old, who loved her collection of colorful underwear. She'd always bought the same brand, thinking the cheerful hues made her feel youthful. but she started noticing a persistent itch that made her self-conscious, especially when visiting her grandkids. She tried creams and powders, but nothing worked until her dermatologist asked about her laundry routine. Ruth realized her scented detergent and dyed underwear were the culprits. When she switched to plain white 100% cotton briefs and an unscented hypoallergenic detergent, the itching vanished within days. Ruth said it was like giving my skin permission to relax. She even laughed about how she now loves her boring white underwear because it feels like a gift to herself every time she gets dressed. Here's the thing, your body doesn't need artificial scents or colors to feel fresh. In fact, those extras can disrupt the natural balance of your skin, throwing off its pH and making you more prone to infections like yeast or bacterial vaginosis. As we age, our bodies are less forgiving, so sticking to simple chemical-free cotton is like choosing a gentle hug over a scratchy sweater. Look for underwear labeled dye-free or unscented, and pair it with a fragrance-free detergent. It might feel like a small shift, but it's one that can save you from weeks of discomfort and doctor visits. Plus, there's something empowering about knowing you're making choices that honor your body's needs. If this tip resonates with you, drop the number 3 in the comments to let me know you're following along. Your feedback means the world, and it helps us keep bringing you content that matters. Now let's move to the 4th mistake, wearing the same underwear all day and all night. This one sneaks up on a lot of women, especially if you're at home most of the day or have a routine that feels low maintenance. Maybe you slip into your underwear in the morning, wear it through a day of errands or relaxing, and then keep it on when you head to bed because it still feels fine. But here's why that's a problem. Your body needs a break, especially as you age. Underwear, even the breathable kind, traps tiny amounts of moisture and heat throughout the day. By nighttime, that fabric has been working hard, and keeping it on for 16 or 20 hours straight creates a warm, damp environment where bacteria and fungi love to grow. For women over 60 whose immune systems are a bit slower to respond, this can lead to irritation odors or even infections that feel like they come out of nowhere. Think about it like this: wearing the same underwear all day and night is like leaving a damp towel in a closed-up bathroom. It's bound to get musty. Your skin, especially in sensitive areas, needs fresh air and a clean slate to stay healthy. I heard about a woman named Diane, a 73-year-old who loved her cozy evenings watching classic movies. She admitted to her doctor that she often wore the same underwear from morning to bedtime, sometimes even sleeping in it, because she didn't see the point in changing for just a few hours of sleep. But she kept dealing with recurring urinary tract infections that left her exhausted and frustrated. Her doctor suggested a simple fix: change into a fresh pair of cotton underwear before bed, even if it's just for the night. Diane tried it, and within a couple of weeks, her infection stopped. She told her doctor it was like giving my body a chance to breathe again. She even started picking out soft, comfortable cotton nightwear to make the routine feel special, like a little treat at the end of the day. This small habit, changing your underwear before bed, does more than protect your health. It's a way of saying, I'm worth the effort even when no one's looking. It's like setting the table for a meal you're eating alone. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about treating yourself with care. Try keeping a stack of clean cotton underwear by your bedside to make it easy. You might find that this tiny ritual helps you sleep better, feel fresher, and carry a little more confidence into your day. If you're finding this helpful, let me know by commenting 4 below. I love hearing from you, and it keeps us motivated to share more tips like these. We've covered how scented dyes and wearing underwear too long can quietly affect your comfort. But there's one more mistake that ties it all together, and it's about adapting to the changes your body's going through. Stick with me because this next tip could be the key to feeling better than you have in years. We've already uncovered 4 ways your underwear choices might be quietly affecting your health and comfort, and now we're diving into the final piece of the puzzle. This last mistake is one that so many women over 60 overlook, but it's a game changer when it comes to feeling good in your own skin. It's all about not adapting your underwear to the changes your body goes through as you age. You might be wearing the same styles or brands you've loved for decades, thinking, if it worked in my 50s, why change now? But just like your favorite pair of shoes might not fit as well anymore, your underwear needs to evolve with your body to keep you comfortable and healthy. Let's explore why this matters and how a simple shift can make you feel like you're truly honoring yourself every day. As we age, our bodies go through subtle but significant changes. The skin in our intimate areas gets thinner and more fragile, and conditions like arthritis or reduced mobility can make tight or poorly designed underwear feel like a daily struggle. Maybe you've noticed that elastic waistbands dig in more than they used to, leaving red marks or making it harder to sit comfortably for long. Or perhaps those lacy briefs you once adored now cause chafing or irritation after just a few hours. These aren't just annoyances, they can lead to real health issues like skin breakdown rashes or even microabrasions that invite infections. For women over 60 whose skin heals more slowly, these small irritations can snowball into bigger problems, affecting not just your physical comfort, but your confidence and peace of mind. I heard about a woman named Susan, a 76-year-old, who loved to stay active with her daily walks and gardening. She'd worn the same style of synthetic briefs with tight elastic for years because they felt familiar and reliable. But she started noticing discomfort, red marks around her waist and thighs, and a burning sensation that made her dread getting dressed. She thought it was just her body slowing down until a friend suggested she try looser cotton underwear with softer seams. Susan was skeptical. After all, she'd never had issues before, but she gave it a shot. Within a week, the red marks faded, and she could move through her day without that nagging irritation. She told her friend it was like rediscovering what comfort feels like. Susan even found cotton briefs with a bit of stretch and a flattering fit, proving you don't have to sacrifice style to feel good. Here's why this matters. Your underwear is the closest thing to your body all day long, and as your skin and mobility change, it needs to be a supportive ally, not a source of friction. Tight elastic or rough seams can create pressure points, especially if you're sitting for long periods or dealing with joint pain. Synthetic fabrics, as we talked about earlier, trap heat and moisture, which is even more problematic when your skin is less resilient. Doctors often recommend 100% cotton underwear for older women because it's breathable, gentle, and reduces the risk of fungal infections or chafing. Look for styles with wide, soft waistbands and flat seams. Think of them like a cozy blanket for your skin, not a tight corset. And if you're worried about giving up style, there are plenty of cotton options that come in flattering cuts or subtle patterns that feel both practical and pretty. This shift isn't about giving up on yourself. It's about adapting wisely. It's like choosing low-heeled shoes over stilettos when your knees start to ache. It's not about settling, it's about thriving. Try swapping out one pair of your old underwear for a cotton style designed for comfort and wear it for a day. Notice how your body feels less irritation, more ease, maybe even a little more energy, because you're not distracted by discomfort. This small act of care is like telling yourself, I deserve to feel good no matter my age. If this tip hits home, drop the number 5 in the comments to let me know you're with me. I love hearing how these ideas are landing with you. Now let's take a moment to bring it all together. We've talked about 5 underwear mistakes: wearing synthetic fabrics, not changing daily, using scented dyes or chemicals, keeping the same pair on day and night, and sticking with outdated styles that don't suit your body's needs anymore. Each one might seem small, but together they can make a huge difference in how you feel physically and emotionally. Think about it. These choices are about more than just underwear. They're about showing up for yourself with kindness and respect, especially in your later years, when you've earned the right to feel comfortable in your own skin. Every time you choose breathable cotton change into a fresh pair or pick a style that supports your body's changes, you're saying I matter. And that's a powerful message to carry with you. You've lived through so much: raising families, building careers, navigating life's ups and downs. You don't need to add unnecessary discomfort to your days just because no one told you these habits could be holding you back. These small changes, switching to cotton, changing daily, avoiding chemicals, refreshing at night, and updating your styles, are like little love notes to yourself. They add up, giving you more energy, confidence, and peace to enjoy the things that matter most. Whether it's laughing with your grandkids, tending your garden, or just savoring a quiet morning with your coffee. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you learned today that you're excited to try? Maybe it's switching to cotton or setting out a fresh pair tonight. Your thoughts inspire me, and they help us keep creating content that speaks to you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button with the bell icon so you don't miss more tips to live your best life. Thank you for joining me today, and here's to feeling healthier, more comfortable, and truly radiant at any age. See you in the next video.